Hey, good morning, fellow YouTubers. Well, as I make this, it's Wednesday morning and I'm heading off to work. And I was watching a video by Jerry Cantana, and it was nice. They went into the dealership, but the Harley dealership. But I started thinking about, if I were to make a video right now, what would that be on? Well, let me first take you through some text messages I had from an ex-girlfriend. So me and this girl, we dated from, I was like age 20 until almost 23. It's a little bit over 3 years. But we really had a good time dating. So, you know, it was kind of lame the way we ended up breaking up, because she wanted to become a nurse, and the cheapest way to do that was through the military. So she joined the Army, and we thought we could stay together, and we did throughout boot camp. And then she came home for like a couple weeks after boot camp, and then she got her like permanent assignment. But that's what ended up breaking us up, is the military kept promising, okay, you'll go home November 1st. Oh, we're sorry, it's going to be January 1st. And so they would do that a lot, and I'm a young single male at home waiting for my girlfriend, and I just got tired of getting jerked around by the Army, and because they were jerking her around. So anyways, I ended up dating this other girl, and she was telling me about some pencil neck geek that was on her tip. So, but then basically I went out and had a couple dates with this other girl, and ended up deciding that, you know, I wanted to pursue that girl. So when I told her on the phone, she became very emotional. But you know, our text messaging 2 nights ago, it sounds like she kind of admitted to actually starting to date this person before she got that phone call from me. But anyways, all that's neither here nor there. But what's important is that we've stayed in touch all this time, and I'm 53, so 30 years, because she got married and was unhappily married, but stayed together for the sake of the kids and the house and tax benefits and all that. I don't know how anyone could manage doing that, but that's what they did. So she would always let me know that, you know, it was a loveless marriage, it was a sexless marriage, and then she would text me or call me for some attention, I guess. So it seemed kind of normal in that scenario. But now she's completely divorced, and she starts texting me again. You know, I start texting her back. You know, I have happy memories of her, and the last 30 years has been kind of fun to always know that you got this ex-girlfriend that still kind of carries a flame for you, and who knows, maybe, you know, you guys could get back together and be a cute couple in old age or something. Reminds me of this Alan Arkin movie, I forget the name of it, but they were both married, and they would meet once a year in this cabin up in the woods for like a week. They'd stay together, and that was their affair until they actually became a couple in old age. But anyways, but now I'm texting her, and you know, she shouldn't be so needy for attention. I mean, she's had a boyfriend last several months. She's always on Facebook, you know, texting, uploading lots of selfies. I mean, not texting, but, you know, always on Facebook. And then you know, whenever she texted me, there's always a lot of selfies, and asking for selfies, for me to give selfies right then in that moment. And, you know, I kind of attributed that more towards her need for attention because of this loveless marriage. But she's had, I think, more than one boyfriend. Even early on, she told me, early in the marriage, she had a police officer as a boyfriend. So, you know, that kind of, like, doesn't really paint a real positive picture of the person. And then even this last guy, he's a pot farmer, and she says, I'm just dating him for fuck's sake. You know, I mean, that's not kind of how I want to view a possible significant other as someone that, uses terms like that and thinks like that. And then we're texting, and she asked me for a selfie in the beginning of a phone call. I did it, and then much later in the night, now it's like 9:30, and I even said I'm getting ready to go to bed, and she's like, "Give me another selfie. 1, 2, 3, go!" And it's like, it's very immature behavior, very superficial. She always talks about like, how many girls are you dating? And always thinks I'm just having sex with all kinds of girls. So, there's obviously, as you get older, I think when you're really young, the main thing is just, is she cute? Does she know how to have a good time? Can she avoid a lot of drama? And, the rest just seems to take care of itself. But I think when you're older, you kind of know what you want, you know what you're looking for, and I think you're a little bit more selective, a little bit more picky on that personality. I mean, the selfies she gives me, I tell her, yeah, you're still attractive, you've always been attractive, and I mean it. But it's like, big deal, I mean, that's not really the most important thing to me anymore when I'm looking for a significant other. So, and I don't like the way she just comes at me, just pushing her agenda. It's like, how about like try to just make friends with me again, reignite the conversations, focus on things we have in common, and just start from that point instead of like the first text message I've had from you in, maybe a year or something, and it's going straight towards like, talking about dating. And so, anyways, I've kind of avoided this term, but, there's this term that gets thrown around a lot, and it's narcissism these days. And it does seem to be more prevalent, it falls under the guise of sociopath or psychopath, one of the two. But I think actually they're all in the same umbrella, under the same umbrella. But I kind of lost track of where I was going. So these people, though, fit well in today's society, where it's kind of all about selfies and self-promotion and competition. And so that's what narcissists are into. They're into being somewhat superficial, being really, really focused on their looks, and really, really competing, and always trying to make sure they look like they have high status. So, a good job, nice car, things of that nature. But then it's really, you can't get very deep with the individuals that are quote unquote narcissists. They're like very just up here. You can't really get to that deeper level of like true intimacy and falling in love and all that, because they're just up here. They're all about superficialness. And then they call it narcissistic supply. So just like a little kid really wants to be the center of attention, wants to be told nice things, complimented. That's what these individuals are supposed to be all about, So when they feel like they're the center of the attention, and when they have control, not just over themselves, but over others, they feel really good about themselves. So if you're someone that can give them lots of compliments and always kind of treat them like they're aces and they're number one in your book, and no matter what they do, you'll be there for them in their corner, supporting them, because they're just so awesome that you could put up with anything, you'll do anything. So that's what they want from their significant other. But that's hard to do if you're not getting back, something significant, and they really just can't meet you there. They can't give you anything significant. So I guess my problem and my reason for making this is because I went through a relation, not just, it ended like 2 years ago, but they also do love bombing, which is really in a relationship really coming on strong and really, really giving that person positive regard, and just unconditional appreciation and, compliments and so on and so forth. So they try to really suck you in the beginning, which she did. She was the first one to really talk about sex, initiate a lot of stuff like that. So I really feel, and she's all over Facebook. She's got so many single guy followers, and she's always going out with her single females, getting dressed up and going out for drinks, and always taking lots of pictures when she's out, usually 2 females, so there'll be 3 total, and they're dressed to the nines, and they're taking lots of selfies. Never with guys, always just the 3 at bars, and these are always posted on Facebook, and you always get like 90% comments are from single guys. And I didn't even do Facebook when we were dating. If I did, I probably would have broken up with her a lot sooner, because there was nothing about me in her Facebook. So when we were out on dates, there was never any photos taken. There was never anything uploaded about the 2 of us. I mean, I was her boyfriend for a lengthy period of time, and nothing mentioned on Facebook. Yet she would say what drink she had and where she went with her friends. So I guess I don't even come close to her friends. So she didn't want that as part of her image. So once again, image is everything to narcissists. So after her, I dated another girl that was very, very into image. Worked out like a lot, like an hour a day, and she was up in my age range, and so it really showed that she took good care of herself. And I don't know if she was a narcissist, but in general, I have this thing where I attract these narcissistic females, and it's no fun because it's all just games to them, and I'm kind of a serious person, and I'm looking for something real and serious, and I keep running into these narcissists that take really good care of themselves, look good. I think that's my problem, is I'm kind of into taking good care of myself and working out from time to time. I don't like working out really hard all the time, because I feel like joints and tendons, and you start getting problems, muscles start tearing, and so I kind of like to do like 6 months on, 6 months off. And during the 6 months off, I'll still do like some push-ups and pull-ups, and I'm always walking the dog a lot. So I can get through those 6 months without, when I'm not really working out, pretty easily. But so I am attracted to those girls that exercise and care about taking good care of themselves, and I guess that's their shoe-in. That's the foot in the door, so to speak. Darn it, and then I was talking to another girl that showed no signs of narcissism, was totally down to earth, but now it seems like, I don't know what happened. I'm new to the neighborhood. I'm wondering if maybe she heard something about me, or I don't know. But I seem to have, maybe she seems to have lost a little bit of interest. But anyways, maybe I'm just not pursuing her hard enough. I'm not sure. So this dating stuff in your 50s, it's a little bit complicated. And I did the internet dating, and it's a lot of fun, but you got to have a lot of time, a lot of patience, and at least in my situation, a lot of money. And it's really hard to just get these girls to agree to go out for 1 beer or 1 cup of coffee. No, they want to go to a trendy restaurant that their friends have been talking about. They'll agree to 1 drink, and then it'll say, but if things are going well, can't we get a second round? And of course, before they are going to be like, well, yeah, of course, if things are going well. And then they'll say, and I mean, I usually eat at that time. Can we get some appetizers? So, I'm a nice guy, so I try to be appeasing, and you end up spending $80 and never leaving, going home, knowing that you're probably never going to see the girl again, and you don't have any desire to see the girl again. And so you go out on these two a week maybe, because you're meeting all kinds of girls. That's the fun part. And that would be $160 a week. That's $320 every 2 weeks, $640 a month. So obviously they don't turn out to $80 every time, so it'd be a little bit less than that. But anything that comes in the ballpark of $400 a month, I'm gonna try to run from that, because that's a card note. That's a substantial amount of money. So if I ever do that again, I'm gonna definitely try to be strong and go like, okay, well, no, I don't. Maybe we should just stop talking, because I only go out for a cup of coffee or a beer. If you're a wine drinker, I'll get a glass of wine. So I go out for one drink and I let that settle for a week or two, and let it really sink in on how I enjoyed that person's personality, or maybe I didn't enjoy that person's personality. And, just be stronger. And the girls that are really just out there trying to get free drinks and free dinners and whatever, they'll drop me like a bad habit. But who cares? So maybe I'll end up going out on one date every 3 weeks, but it'll be something that might turn into something real, instead of, yeah, let's have fun, let's go here, I really want to try this place. But can't we get a second drink if things are going good? Can't we get at least one appetizer? That's the time I normally eat dinner. And there's all these little rationales and reasons why they want to always push more. And I just got to be stronger. Well, if that's when you normally eat dinner, instead of going out at meeting at 5:30, let's meet at 4. And we'll just have one drink. You can be out of there by 4:30. You get home and you can have dinner. Man. So, but I think I'm going to reach that point. I always start working out a little bit again around like late winter to late spring, somewhere in there. And I'm going to be doing the absolute no beers during Lent. So I always get more motivated to do other things as springtime is drawing around, and Lent, no drinking. So you got more energy and more time to devote to something. So might as well devote it to working out and possibly doing some internet dating again. So let me know what you guys are going through, you single guys that are close to me in age, or even if you're a young man. It's a lot easier, I think, simpler dating when you're young, but probably harder to find the right person, because like I said, you're kind of just like focused on simple, superficial things. So that's where I stand right now on dating. Got to get across up to those narcissistic females. I pretty much don't want to date any woman that posts stuff regularly on Facebook. That's my number one clue that they're not the type of people that I want to be with. I'm not about image. I'm not about high status. I'm not about competition. I'm about other things, deeper things, trying to get the most joy out of every day, appreciating beauty in all of its forms, making sure I give thanks for this life, just things that are deep, things that are not just can be purchased with money or looking good in selfies. I mean, look at me. Obviously, I'm not too concerned about that. Anyways, you guys, I've been rambling. Have a great day. Let me know how dating is going with you, or even if you're married, let me know what that's like. If you've been married 25, 30 years plus. Adios.